Welcome to the Plastic Pleasing Store podcast.
We are your hosts, Trey the Explainer,
And me, Miles Greb.
a podcast about the natural world,
Things that people claim are part of the natural world,
and things that used to be.
But now it's time, Trey,
Yes.
for Monster Quest.
Monster Quest.
Head start.
Witnesses around the world report seeing monsters. Are they real or imaginary? Science searches for answers on Monster Quest.
Monster Quest Mini.
But yes, this is not Monster Quest Science Search for Answers, Trey. I'm gonna put the bump in there because I love the bump, but it's not the bump. It's not the bump anymore. This is Neo Monster Quest, or like what we call like the new Star Trek, new, like new metal, NU. This is a new Monster Quest. Now, so we're not sure if we want to review all the new Monster Quest content or not, but I assumed we should comment on it a bit. So what we're gonna do is they kind of put these episodes into sections. The historical Monster Quest thing, as you guys all know, is they bring up a legend and they actually go and do some kind of questing for it, right? They rudimentary drones, or they go out there, they go in the lake, they set up traps, they put smells out, they do some kind of thing, right? Which obviously, doesn't always work great, but like, to their credit, they are actually doing a thing, right?
Yes.
Like, you could write a paper about what you did. I don't know if it would be the best paper. You didn't really have any findings, but you could be like, X was tried, these are the results, right? Like, but the new show, Trey, doesn't do that, does it?
No. The new show has decided, like, we've seen the new show's out, and we've seen clips from it. At least I've seen clips of it. And okay, before it even came out, there was worries. There were signs, that it wasn't going to be good. Maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, but like they put out like a trailer, and the trailer has the elephant in the room is the AI. Like, instead of hiring Monster Quest's old thing is that they would get like a 3D modeler. They would get these charming 3D models from the
and some of them are
2000s.
classic, like I'd say the Jersey Devil thing they made was like amazing.
The Jersey Devil thing's amazing, and they would make it from every single one. Every single episode would have the little CGI model, like, to make it like they would have it look futuristic. Like the little monster would be sitting on this little circle, and he would like walk up, and he would like interact, like they would like have like fog or him like swipe at something and growl.
And I will say, sometimes now we might clown on those a bit on the show, but when those were coming out, they were pretty cutting edge. And some of the first like good 3D models we saw of some of these cryptids, especially like ones that aren't just Nessie or Bigfoot, but like, if it's like Flatwood Monster or something, like these are some of the best models we had at the time. So they were pretty cutting edge in a way. So
yes. And they did it for every single one, every single episode. They had a guy edit a 3D model, create a 3D model, and animate it. Now we're not doing that. And sometimes they would like superimpose it into like the recreation sections, because they would interview somebody and they would give like their account of it, of seeing the monster, and they would edit that in. They would edit that into like the environment. Now we're just doing AI. We're having AI, and it's AI for like everything, Miles. It's AI for like the establishing shots of like rural Kansas. Like, we can't even just get like B-roll footage.
Yeah, there's an Ohio cornfield, and they can't just like get some like stock footage of it. They gotta
they can't even get stock footage of this town, of this cornfield, of like these, like they need to generate AI of it.
I obviously have a lot of ethical opinions about LLMs and stuff, and so that is a legit criticism of the show. But I think moreover, the worst thing for the show is that like they don't really quest.
They don't quest.
Which,
like, I was worried, because that's the thing, is like they rebooted, History Channel rebooted Life After People recently too, like maybe like a year before this, and it was the same thing where they had AI recreations, like AI images, and then they would have these like kind of like talking head guys, and it would be like journalist or something like that, and they're basically just reading a script. Like they're people that have no relationship, no like connection to this, and they're just reading a script that's been given to them, and they're just like reciting like a BuzzFeed article. Um, and and in this they have that too, where they have like because yeah, they were showing like newspaper clippings, and they're like people were dying in the woods, and like one of them was like a guy getting like shot in the face with like a shotgun, and it's like, well, that's obviously not like a cryptid attacking somebody. So there's very little care. You just tell that there's very little care put into it. And then you're right, as you were saying, the main crux, like this is not like a monster quest. There's no quest. The whole episode is just them interviewing the interview testimonial segment of like of a person that
Yeah,
met the monster.
and the one of the reasons why we think it's worth talking about the show still, part of it's nostalgia, sure, but is they actually do try. You know, like we can criticize like how likely this whatever their try is to succeed, but there is some actual effort to get new information. And what I find interesting about that is like, okay, let's say there are 150 Sasquatches in the remote wilderness and we haven't found them and they could be found.
Mm.
How would we actually go about doing this? And the show, shows a couple of ways. So we could talk about the effectiveness of that or not, right? There is something to talk about that is interesting. Just testimonials, like even in the normal Monster Quest episodes, I find those the least interesting because there's nothing there to analyze really.
What
You
can you
know,
say?
there's
Yeah.
there's testimonials for all kinds of things you believe and don't believe, right? Like, be that politically or cryptids or science or like how you should raise your child or how you should throw football. You can get a testimonial for anything. It's just not that compelling overall.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, regardless, this Monster Quest that we watched, it's only like 10 minutes long. If you want to watch it yourself, it's called The Aggressive Dogman of Ohio, season 1, and it's on the History Channel proper. It currently has how many views we got on this bad boy right here? We got why doesn't it say? Hold on. 150,000 views on this clip.
Okay.
It's up 4 days ago. So on this one, it's a Dogman episode.
Yeah.
We've covered Dogman on the show before. He's like a lower B tier cryptid, I think. Like there's a decent number of Dogman sightings and believers, but I think perhaps the somewhat and historically, of course, like Age of Exploration, there was a lot of Dogman sightings.
Mm.
Actually, a very popular cryptid. Like before, like I don't know, like there are historical quote unquote Yeti sightings, but like there's a lot of dog headed men sightings historically. So
Like, I think Herodotus mentions dog-headed men or something like that, and that's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
ancient, ancient. That's the first history, like, he's there. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wasn't feeling too good before we did this, Trey, so I had to drink a Monster Energy drink, which I barely ever drink because I think they
Uh-huh.
taste like laser beams.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like them, man. Yeah. Anyway,
I never
I was
drank a
trying to wake
Monster
myself
Energy.
up.
Oh my
Well, I
gosh.
only got one because it was like buy one get one free, and I bought the zero sugar one for Anna because she likes them, so I just grabbed me one. Uh, yeah, I said they taste like laser beams. But regardless, so this episode, quote unquote, of the show is really just one account from one person.
Mm.
The guy's name's Shane, and he's a judge, and he was a trial lawyer in Baracus, Ohio. Or is it not Baracus? Baracus is the god of wine. I don't know how they pronounce the name. It's someplace in Ohio.
Yes.
He claims, and pretty much this is just him telling a story with like some reenactment and some AI stuff. Like there's no quest team. Um, so this trial lawyer judge guy, he
I, t- I
says
tried I tried fact checking his story too, Miles. I went the extra mile where he mentions this specific fun run, like
yeah.
this 10K, and I was like, okay, did this 10K actually exist at the time? And it did. It did actually exist in the 1970s when he's claiming this happened, or the 1980s. I think it's
85.
80s,
85.
85. It did actually
Yeah,
exist. So I was like, okay,
that's
all
good.
right. But I was like, imagine if
Dogman Dogman confirmed.
it.
Okay, so he claims that he was a cross country runner. I believe that. Um, and he was running in a cornfield. Not a great place to run, I'd say. I've ran through a cornfield before. Normally very muddy, actually, soft soil.
Mm.
Um, and he was running through one, and then he encountered a creature that scared him half to death, which he believed was the dog man. And then he started and claimed that he outran the creature. He was scared to death of the thing,
Hmm.
and he quote unquote ran as fast as Jesse Owens, who was a
I did
great
hear, yeah, he does say that. He does say that.
yeah, who was a great Olympian. If you don't know Jesse Owens, and he outran this creature who was flailing and running at him full speed. He does interesting mention that like nothing could outrun this creature. Is like incredibly fast and scary, but then he did outrun it. Um, which is I don't know. Like Jesse Owens could run like 22 miles per hour. Like let's say like you're a brown bear. Brown bears can run over 30 miles per hour. So like, does that mean the dog man runs less than 22 miles per hour?
I
Like,
get like, that's the thing is, like, I guess Dogman like, either Dogman wasn't trying or Dogman isn't that fast, you know?
yeah, because if Dogman exists and is an apex predator, it'd be able to run faster than a human because humans are long distance runners. They're not speed runners, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, he claims to have outran this creature, and then he jumped in his swimming pool and was scared and thought the creature might be outside of the swimming pool. He gets inside, gets into a guy's house, and then like sleeps there for the night because he's too scared to go outside.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the
he's
story.
actually told this. Yeah, he's told this story several times actually before Monster Quest. You can find him on some Dogman podcasts before.
Mm.
He does not mention this on the Monster Quest episode itself, but I did find him quoting on an interview saying, "I think these are supernatural creatures."
Oh,
Um, he said he later discovered an Indian burial ground near the road, leading him to believe this was something beyond mere flesh and blood. He also
okay.
said that the creature looked like the Egyptian god Anubis.
Okay.
Um, now
Okay.
these are interesting claims, because in the Monster Quest video, that is contemporary. I don't know if it's filmed in last year or not, but it came out very recently. He said the dog had a German Shepherd type head, and I don't normally picture Anubis as having a German Shepherd type head myself.
Yeah.
Um, so that was interesting, but also in the Monster Quest one, they're going with the kind of material, you know, thing, and then he actually seems to believe, as he stated, that's supernatural creature, which is
He
that
seems
thing
to
I've talked
imply that
about.
it's like a skinwalker or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, which is interesting because I said there's often this woo, just like cryptozoology wants to pretend like it's a budding potential branch of science, right?
Mm,
Like, but they take a lot of information from people who don't believe that and and are not examining this stuff through materialism. They're examining it, with materialism plus, and so they accept a whole lot of information, which I always find interesting because these shows try to hide that stuff. Because like, since this person does not believe he encountered a material biological creature, which is the dog man, which is some kind of unknown bipedal species in the Americas, he believes that he met a supernatural creature. It shouldn't be put into the evidence pocket for Dogman, really.
mm.
Or if it should, like, you should mention that it's highly questionable because what he sees doesn't, stick with their theory. But they just throw it in there anyway.
Look, we need it. Like, that's the thing is, like, there's only so many people. What does he say in the episode, Miles? He said, like, Dogman would be proven in a court of law or something because he's
Yeah,
judge?
I was gonna mention that I would not want this man to be my judge or my lawyer. Um, he believes that in a court you could prove that Dogman existed. You could prove beyond the preponderance of evidence that Dogman existed, and like this guy is severely strained to understand basic reason, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh, like my biggest problem with this whole story, other than the fact that there's a supernatural Anubis creature in Ohio, I guess that's my number one. My number two is there's no way the story makes sense. How could he outrun it? Like in the logic of the story, he gets ran down by Dog Manning and is killed. I don't understand
He was that fast. He was that fast.
because he's like, this is the fastest, scariest thing in the world. I outran it. He
Like,
even
that's
says that the thing could run faster than me. That's a quote he said.
so it just wasn't trying, apparently. He was in no
He
danger.
said he did say when I stopped, it stopped.
He does say that. He does say that because, like, yeah, it's running through the cornfield. It's just like I like. what do you say? Like, what are you supposed to say to this? Like, I just don't believe
That's
you.
cool, bro.
Like, I just don't believe you. Like
yeah.
your homies make up all kinds of stuff, or maybe not even necessarily make it up, but like this is a memory from how many years ago? 40 years ago? More? What is it? 1980?
Sure. You saw something and you got scared. What you saw was not Anubis. Like I don't. And it's so funny too because like it's funny when you reference a dead theology and
Mm,
like you don't take any of the theological baggage into it because like someone sees a bright light and they're like, oh, this is a sign that one of the Abrahamic religions is correct,
mm.
right? So this guy sees Anubis, but it's not a sign that one of the Egyptian theologies is correct, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
like shouldn't he
You're right.
convert?
Nobody's going like, huh, Anubis is in Ohio, I guess. I guess they're real.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's like okay, so yeah, this old world god is over here, and so that means that people on multiple continents have seen this theological entity. I mean, that's like Mormonism, right? Like that's Abrahamic religion spreading to the New World. So this man should have converted,
Yeah.
is what like but that stuff doesn't come into effect because it's not part of his cultural identity. So he doesn't view the information through that lens. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really feel like this show at this point is worthy of us like bringing it up on our podcast. I don't know if our
Because
listeners
we also
need
saw
that.
the other one where the guy shot Bigfoot. Remember this?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
the cop guy like apparently shot Bigfoot in Tennessee, where it's the same thing. It's just testimonial with AI recreation, and you're just like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like we are an evident like I hope that we're an evidence based you know podcast. Like because anecdotal evidence everybody agrees is the weakest form of evidence because
But
people can
not this judge apparently.
this is again like they always do this, Miles. They always do this. If it's somebody in the military, if it's somebody who's a cop, if it's somebody who's a firefighter, or somebody who works in government, postal worker. Like I believe like Monster Quest would like milk a postal worker where they'd be like, yes, like therefore they're above the common person. Like that like they're not as fallible as like Joe Schmo. Like
Yeah.
they always do this argument from authority kind of thing where they're like,
But
yes, like,
what you have to think about it, Trey. Like, you know, what other argument are you going to do?
yeah, you're right. If you don't have any evidence and it's
So
only just testimonials, then you got to be like, well, this testimonial is really good and this person's
yeah,
infallible. Like because
if you think about it through like a like a game theory perspective, like you have to force your advantage where it is, and that's their only advantage, so that's what they do.
because that's the thing is no person, like if you said this to me, if my mom said this to me, or my dad said this story to me, it would have no difference, like even somebody I trust, like I'm like, oh, I really trust you. I would be like, you saw Anubis in a cornfield in Ohio? I don't know if I believe that. Like I need more evidence than that. Like no amount of testimonial will sway me.
Well, see, I believe
Because
him.
that's just a bad threshold, for that type of like, I guess, like, okay, if you tell me that you got like, you just told me that you got a Monster Energy, right? Like, I believe you,
Yeah.
Miles. I believe that you got that Monster Energy because that's not, like,
Uh,
an unlikely thing. Like, I'm like, "Oh, I have no
also, yeah,
reason to doubt."
I'll send you a photo right now proving it.
He's sending me a photo. He's doing better than the Dog Man. Now we got more than Dog Man. Like, yeah, like, the threshold of evidence for Dog Man, it
Oh,
should, is
dude, ironically, Trey, I tried to send you this photo of me and the monster, and it came out super blurry, like a corporate photo.
Well, there we go.
That's so
Okay, all
funny.
right. We're proving Monster Quest. Here, I'm opening the photo right now. Oh my gosh, this photo is really blurry. This is just
That's
a
so
photo of
funny.
you.
That's absolutely an accident. I was like
You weren't
picking it
even
up, and it just
intending that?
no. That's just a legitimate cryptic photo, man.
That
That's so
rocks.
good.
That
That's awesome.
rocks. All right, we're getting proven. Oh, look at my man Miles with his Monster Energy. He's loving
Yeah, yeah.
it. So like,
Remember
yeah,
that
like,
video? Hold on. Remember that video? That lady being like, "Look, this is the Monster Energy. This is the 666. It's the
oh yeah,
mark of the beast."
she's like, and when you drink it and you flip it, that's the mark of the beast on your forehead. I love that video so much.
When
She's so convinced too. She's so earnest. Like
when I worked in like tech repair, one of my buddies, Mark, he would just down those things all day. And when he came in and like opened the first one, I'd always just play that video, like as he started drinking one.
the mark
Oh
of the
man,
beast, 666.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross.
Okay.
What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word.
Okay.
Now, do you know what a MILF is?
Yes.
That's on the box. MILFs dig it, and you will too. This is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have put a cross on the can? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement. You see these M's everywhere. Hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another agenda here? If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down. Bottoms up.
she's so proud of herself when she gets.
She's I know. She like I know she firmly believes this and that she's very proud of it and she's gonna spread it forever. Like this is her thing. Oh my gosh.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
in regards to Monster Quest, I don't believe this show really holds up the thing that we loved about the show, and I think we like talking about. And I don't believe we are going to make a habit of covering the new show unless people really want us to for some reason, or they do something in particular that's interesting.
yeah.
Because right now, I don't believe that it is really like holding up the banner. It's just Monster Quest in name only,
Mm.
like so many sequels these days are.
That's
And
how that's
there's
how I
nothing.
feel about
Yeah,
it. It's a lazy and it seems like a cheap cash grab or just like they're milking the name. Like they're like the History Channel, like they're going down the list.
the good name of Monster
The
Quest.
good name of Monster Quest, the great like that's the thing. It's funny because like they did it to Life After People. I'm sure there's another show that like was an old IP that they own that they're like, well, we're making a reboot, and they get like all these like they get people like us, Miles, that have fond memories of watching it back in the
Yeah.
day, and then it's a lazy like it's something that's made entirely in a studio. You know, like Monster Quest. The fun part about it is they would go out and spend money. They would spend money on a gyrocopter to fly over Florida to look for chimpanzees, or they would go to the Azores and hunt whales there.
They hired multiple diving crews. They got permits and stuff to check the sewers.
They would get the
You know,
tech.
like
Remember, they would get the tech, Miles. They would get like a drone and this thing,
there's
and
some of
so they
those
would
dead dogs that are weird looking that they actually send to genetic labs and tests and stuff. They are trying,
they are
you
trying. Like
know.
there's actually effort put into it. And this is like they phoned it in. They interviewed one guy and then they did the rest of it on a computer in a studio. Like there's no heart. It's
They didn't even
soulless, you
phone
know?
it in because like they just click some things on LLM and then
Yes.
spit it out. Like at least when you phone it in, you got to make a phone call. But
Yeah.
that is too much work for these
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
and yeah, and also like
some
when they were showing like the newspapers about like, oh, people are disappearing in this forest. Like they didn't even bother to read the newspapers. The newspapers do not support what they're talking about. That is a man that was murdered by a shotgun and whose
yeah.
story is now being used in a Monster Quest episode to support the existence of like Bigfoot abducting people in the woods. Like that's just lazy. That's bad. Like don't you sucks.
If you look at the comments on the Dogman video, you get several people saying that they think Dogman sightings are more popular or more common than you think because a lot of them get mistaken for Sasquatches.
Okay. Why not the other way around?
A lot of people are like, yes, cornfields are creepy. So I actually
Sure.
think that is part of some of the myth here. Actually, is just cornfields are creepy. There must be something that's the source of the creepiness. Therefore, Dogman, right?
Yeah.
Um, One person says it was probably just a corn dog. So interesting theory there. like that one. There's some more people giving testimonials about seeing Dogman. Somebody bringing up Egyptian hieroglyphs proves that Dogman's real. So it's good for them. One guy says Dogman's probably left sad because all he wanted was this man to be his dog. So, yeah. Yeah, Dogman's not real, and the Monster Quest return is not real, is my opinion. So, but anyways, that is our short return to the Plastic Plesiosaur podcast. It was so good talking with my dear friend Trey again. Not our most meaty episode, but we wanted to get one out there because we're going to have a really great episode with Darren pretty soon here. Actually, I'll talk to you about scheduling that after this, Trey. Anyways, buddy, you're the best, and take care, everybody.
Thank you. I didn't know what to say. Miles. What did I say? You search for answers. Monster Quest searches for answers or whatever.
I thought I bored me, but I learned to think like you. Now nothing bores me, that's that nothing is thought through. Bottoms up in this time. Won't you let me be? Bottled up in this time. Won't you rescue me? Thought it up at this time. It's all I can see. Should have been here last night and heard what the Big Dipper said.